A man from Maryville stormed our nation's capital on January 6th and got a pardon from President Trump. But tonight, Edward Kelly is still behind bars, convicted on other charges that could send him to prison for life.
I talked with Edward Kelly twice in video calls from jail, and tonight you'll hear parts of my interview with the man who sees himself as an American patriot. And we learn about his ongoing fight to win freedom and whether he has any regrets. This is how most of us came to know Edward Kelly. Pushing through barriers, pushing down police, and pushing the limits of the law.
I mean, I was a patriot standing up to tyranny that was encroaching on this country. And I was following in the spirit of the founding fathers. Congress needed to know the American people were extremely upset with them swearing that they were going to uphold a rigged election.
Federal court documents show Kelly was the fourth person to make it inside the Capitol on January 6, 2021. He broke out a window, kicked in the Senate wing door, and then confronted Capitol Police Officer Eugene Goodman in what became an infamous showdown. Kelly would eventually make it into the Senate gallery. He spent about 40 minutes inside the Capitol before walking out the rotunda door.
I don't feel bad for what I did. I was fighting for my country that day. I mean, the election was obviously rigged. If someone doesn't believe that it's rigged, then they either need to get informed or pull their head out of the sand.
Despite the claims from this man facing a life sentence and formal audits, recounts, and legal challenges of the 2020 election, a bipartisan investigation found no evidence of voter fraud or that the election was rigged. Even under the Trump administration, several federal agencies teamed up for a joint statement calling it the most secure election in American history. And the nonpartisan nonprofit Campaign Legal Center, which was founded by a Republican former federal election commissioner, studied the more than 60 legal cases tied to the election. Some cases were withdrawn or dropped on procedural grounds, but several others were decided on the merits, with none proving any widespread fraud. But that is not a truth Kelly can accept, and he pointed us to many internet rumors and conspiracy theories.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's all been brought up, but everyone just says, no, that doesn't exist, which is basically a middle finger to reality and anybody who has two eyes and a functioning brain.
It took more than a year for Kelly to be arrested and charged with his crimes, but his legal troubles grew even deeper. Months later, even before his January 6th trial, federal officials charged him with plotting to kill the FBI agents who were investigating him. He was later convicted in both cases.
I'm just going to be real with you. Almost everyone lied in some way at my trial. Witnesses against me, FBI agents, but the jury bought it, unfortunately.
Kelly refused to answer more detailed questions about this FBI kill list case because he's still waiting to be sentenced.
So this is January 6th. These are the hostages. Approximately 1,500 for a pardon. Yes. Full pardon.
But for his January 6th case, Edward Kelly is already off the hook. In his first week in office, President Trump pardoned all the more than 1,500 January 6thers, including Kelly.
I was very, very happy. I mean, the fact of the matter is I knew I did have the second set of charges here in Knoxville that they would likely hold on to with death grip, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Kelly argues the pardon should cover his FBI case as well, but a judge disagreed, citing the government's argument that the case involves the defendant's entirely independent criminal conduct in Tennessee in late 2022, more than 500 miles away from the Capitol, threatening, soliciting, and conspiring to murder agents, officers, and employees of the FBI, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Tennessee Highway Patrol, Maryville Police Department, Blount County Sheriff's Office, and Clinton Police Department. So now Kelly is taking his plea directly to the president, writing a letter he says has now been hand-delivered to the president's son.
To let him know my situation and that he needs to intervene because the Eastern District of Tennessee is just absolutely dedicated to crushing me.
Now, just today, we've learned that Edward Kelly's sentencing in this FBI case has been reset. It was supposed to happen next month. Now it is set for July 2nd.